What's happening, everyone? James Lynch here. If you missed it over the weekend, there was the big brawl at the Jake Paul Anthony Joshua fight between Jack Doherty and Andre Arlovski. I have a whole video on it here on my channel, but Doherty took to his X account and posted a response video. We'll watch what he has to say here, and then you got to look at some of the responses, and he got community noted as well. So here's what Jack has to say in response to the whole issue with Andre Arlovski at the Jake Paul Anthony Joshua fight, post-fight.
All right, so everyone's talking about that Andre, whatever, UFC fight that we had at the Jake Paul fight. I did not start that, and I don't know why everyone's putting the blame on me, like, oh, you're hiding behind your security guard. Well, duh. This man walks by me, bumps into my cameraman, and throws a kick at us for no reason, and then my friend stepped in, and yeah, then everything else happened. But, like, bro, I'm not trying to fight this guy. Like, I'm not trying to instigate a fight. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I'm on bond right now. You think we're trying to start fights? Like, hell nah. Like, that guy started the whole thing. You can see it. It's all on video, so I don't know why everyone's trying to blame it on me. I was literally just walking by, and this guy goes boom, and then little karate kick, but it lagged when he did that. But yeah, you can see I did nothing to start the fight. So if you think I started it, I would love to know in the comments down below how you think I started it, because I did nothing. All I try to do is de-escalate the fight and get everyone to stop freaking fighting, because I'm like, yo, we can't be fighting. I got to stay out of trouble. All right, so everyone's
okay. So, anyways, you see it there. So first off, I mean, if we kind of go through this sort of frame by frame here, right off the bat, already disrespecting Arlovski off the top here. Says Andre whatever. Andre whatever. He's a former UFC champion, dude. Show some respect. Another issue I have with this younger generation: no respect to older people, no respect to anyone. And Jack is a perfect encapsulation of this younger generation that is just, you know, a lot of people are upset with. And by the way, I got to say, I was super encouraged after posting that video on the weekend. The comments of people going against Jack here. We should not be tolerating this type of behavior. But if you read the community notes here, it says Jack is known for trying to start fights and hiding behind their paid security. Jack's usual tactic is to bump into people and hide behind grown-ups. So you see in the video, and I talked about this in the other video, again, you can go watch it on here. You do see a bump there. Not to mention, they're making fun of Arlovski. You can clearly hear on the video them saying, oh, this guy looks like a guy from 300, kind of poking fun at Arlovski. So to say that they didn't do anything and they were just like walking by and nothing happening, he's full of crap. Glad to see the community notes coming to the rescue here. And you see the responses here. People are not happy with it as well. The recording shows you bumped into him probably because you thought your security guard was going to step in for you, and then your broccoli gang swung on him because they are gassed up by your security. Then you all ran away. Hope that helps. That's true. Show me the clip of bumping into him. It never happened. We never touched it. I mean, dude's full of crap. You can clearly see it on the video. Again, you go watch my other video. It shows it there. Shoulder check, then hid. You were the most annoying face on earth. Community notes making it easy. Hide behind grown-ups. So I don't think I see a single comment here supporting him. Love how you hid behind your security like that, which he absolutely does. Didn't start the fight. He started 1,000 other fights with people for content. That's this whole thing, right? Is that he'll start a fight with people, film it, get content. And unfortunately, he's not the only one. There's a lot of copycats that do this. If you're watching this, by the way, don't do that shit, because someone is going to get seriously hurt. Right? Like, you're going to mess with the wrong person, and it's not going to be an environment. And I talked about this in the last video, where it's not going to be an environment where you have a security guard, or you have, you're at an arena where there's people around that can protect you. If this happens on the street and no one's around, people could honestly get killed here. I'm not even kidding. Like, you got to be careful. The professional fighters are trained to, you know, beat people up. Like, it's not a good situation. You started it for just being Jack. You needed some views, and he got them. You just existed near him, apparently. Heard you have a history of trying not to start everything. Everyone believes you. So you can just, again, there's not a single response here where people are supporting Jack with this whole thing. And then to add another layer to this, Andre Arlovski was asked about this, and this comes to us from Jedi Goodman, one of the best follows on Twitter, always grabbing clips and stuff. So Andre Arlovski's asked about Jack Doherty's and his bodyguard, and hear what he has to say.
Yeah, that guy, he was sneaky. He sucker punched me, and I didn't accept this fucking punch.
Yeah, and that's the big thing here. He sucker punched him. I mean, that is the biggest bitch move you can do in a fight, is sucker punching someone. So credit to Arlovski for mentioning that here. Then he's asked, let me just bring all these up here. I don't know what this says. Any chance you're able to convince the security guard to get in the ring with you? I'd watch that. I absolutely watch that. Let's see what Arlovski has to say.
Would love to, especially after those cheap shots in the back of my head. Absolutely.
Yeah, I doubt the security guard will accept, but hey, listen, this is what this whole new generation of boxing stuff is. Not the Paul and Joshua fight, but like something like Misfits. call Arlovski right now, offer him whatever he wants, and get the security guard in there. People would watch that. I actually think this would view quite well. I think people would be into that. People want to see, I mean, people would love it even more if Arlovski could box one of Jack's friends. That would obviously never happen with weight classes and all that stuff. But the guy, I don't even know who that broccoli head guy was, the guy that was flipping off Arlovski at the end. Like, that's the guy who deserves to get his ass kicked. The security guard's just doing his job, I suppose. But either way, the whole thing was a bit cheap. And then here's another clip from Arlovski here chiming in. Let's see what he has to say. Hold on. Oops. Did it feel good to humble those YouTube kids, show them who's boss? And you can see the smile on his face. And I think everyone had this smile on their face when they saw Arlovski swinging back. So let's hear what Arlovski has to say. This is about 36 seconds.
It is what it is. Actually, I'm thinking about more and more, what if somebody was there with some fucking Joe from the street. Don't have any...
Yeah, he's right. Someone could get hurt.
Fighting skills or some shit. But idiots like those fucking kids might seriously injure or even fucking kill someone, you know? It's fucking 100% not cool.
Yeah, and by the way, I had some people in my last video because I talked about how my view when it comes to street fighting and all that stuff is that if someone's calling you names, you don't start a fight with someone. And Arlovski's 100% right here because, you know, anything can happen in a fight on the street. You can fall, you can crack your head, you can fall into something. You've seen people seriously injured in a fight. My belief is if someone's talking crap to you, walk away, don't even do it. Even in Arlovski's case, if all they did was talk to him, he should have just walked away. But once you hit someone, it's on. I want to be clear about that. Some people thought that I was defending Jack in the last video. I absolutely was not. If they had hit Arlovski first, because you can't really see it, there's that lag in the video there. If they did hit Arlovski first, then it's game on. If you touch someone, they have the right to fight you back. What my view is in general is if someone is mean to you or says something dumb, you can fight back. I don't think you should just sit there and take anything, but don't start a fight with someone because like Arlovski just mentioned in this clip here, something bad could happen if you get involved or anything happens. Like what if he went in there? What if, let's paint this a different way. What if Jack and his crew didn't actually touch him, didn't bump into him or anything, and they just said a bunch of things and Arlovski went in there and knocked some guy out and he's in a coma? Then what happens, right? The legal system gets involved. Lots of bad stuff's going to happen. That's why I say, like, you can see in the video that he gets bumped. I believe they did hit him first, so I think Arlovski's within his right to fight back. And then they start ganging up on him, like 4-on-1, the security guard, the couple broccoli head mafia, those guys in there. They were all trying to start stuff there. So I think Arlovski's within his right to defend himself if you got a bunch of people going on. But my whole view on street fighting is you don't get into street fights. You just don't do it. And I know there'll be people in the comments saying, "Oh, you just don't know what it's not." I've been in fights before, and they can end badly. They can absolutely end badly. Actually, there was a guy I went to university with that was in a fight, and someone cracked a beer bottle, and he's got a scar in his eye for the rest of his life. So again, these things can happen, right? So that's all I'm saying here. But good on Arlovski for standing up to himself. Good on Arlovski for being open to fight the bodyguard. And yeah, keep it up, guys. I was super impressed in the last video with you guys pushing back on this type of nonsense. We gotta weed these guys out of society. And we got to call them out, and we got to push back. And I saw a lot of that in the last video as far as the comments go, so that's good. I mean, the most punchable face in America, am I right? Who wouldn't want to get and beat the crap out of this guy? We got to push back on this bullshit. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts on Jack's response and everything else. Do you think a fight will happen with security guard and Arlovski? Let me know in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @LynchOnSports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.